Tubeless tires have become very popular on bicycles around the world today.
Be sure and check out our video, How to Install Tubeless Tires.
In this video, we're going to be walking through common issues encountered when setting up tubeless tires. First thing to be sure of before you get going in this tubeless adventure is that all of your components are tubeless compatible. We do have a great article on that, and check that out before going any further.
And all the troubleshooting issues we're going to cover, they all have one thing in common, and that's airflow. Getting a large volume of air inside the tire body quickly is an important part of setting up tubeless tires, as it pushes the tire bead into the rim as it hooks up or seats. An inadequate airflow is the cause of many tubeless tire mounting woes.
Why won't this work? Don't understand. I'm flowing air into it.
If you're using a floor pump, draw the pump shaft up fully and push down, repeating quickly to get air in rapidly. A hand pump can be used to add pressure to a sealed and mounted tire. However, hand pumps do not move air quickly enough and are unlikely to seat a tubeless tire on the rim. Using an air compressor and an inflation head, such as the INF2 from Park Tool, is the most effective way to set up tubeless tires. Regardless of the tire pump, one thing that will help airflow is to remove the valve core of your tubeless valves. On Presta valves, look for these two flats on the top thread, which are used for a remover such as the VC1. Although pump heads are designed to fit on top of the valve core, the head can be wiggled over the Presta stem when engaging it on the tire. The VC1 can also remove cores from Schrader tubeless valves. Another way to increase airflow is to use a larger diameter hose with your compressor. A larger hose simply moves a larger amount of air. You may also find that some blow nozzles push out more air than an inflator.
Getting the tire bead to seat and hook up to the rim is the most commonly encountered problem with installing tubeless tires. While trying to inflate the tire, air escapes from the bead to rim interface and is unable to gain proper pressure. Here are some things to try when you can't get your tire bead to seat properly. Allowing the bead to center.
Holding the wheel with the tire resting on the bench tends to displace the bead. Air may be escaping from this area. Holding the wheel off the table helps center the bead to the rim, and this can allow the tire to hook up to the rim.
The soapy water method. It can help to use a soapy water mixture. Apply it directly to the bead where it meets the rim. Though soapy water helps create a barrier that prevents air from escaping the tire, allows the tire body to expand and press tight against the rim. It also lubricates the tire bead, letting it pop into place. Building up bead seat inside rim for a better engagement.
If the tire bead will still not seal and hook up with the rim, it may be because the diameter of the rim needs to have a tighter fit to the bead. To remedy this, you can build up the floor inside the rim to help tighten the tire bead fitment. Make sure the tape surfaces are clean and add another complete wrap or two of tubeless tape. If the original tubeless valve was sealing well, it does not need to come out. Wrap the tape up to and against the valve. Reinstall the tire and attempt to inflate again.
Getting a friend to help method. Sometimes you need a little help from your friends. Kel, can I get some help here? An extra pair of hands can help position the tire as you attempt to inflate it. If you feel air escaping from around the bead, have someone hold the tire. Move the tire towards the rim wall to make a better seal against the rim. Inner tube seating method. A slightly more involved trick to try is to use an inner tube to seat the bead. To do this, remove only one bead from the rim. remove the tubeless valve, install an inner tube into the wheel. Seat the tire bead like you would with a tubed system. Inflate the tube and tire. We want to see the beads snap into place. Now, completely deflate the tube. Carefully remove one side of the tire. Remove the inner tube. Reinstall the tubeless valve and lock nut. Install the bead. Lay the wheel horizontally with the loose bead facing down. Gravity tends to help engage the lower bead to the rim. Remove the valve core and attempt to inflate. The belt wrap trick.
If you've tried everything else and you still can't get the bead to seat properly, you can try the belt wrap trick. The idea is to apply even pressure to the outside of the tire and hold the bead in place while filling the tire with air. Use a wide strap, belt, or even an old inner tube and wrap it around the outside of the tire. Attempt inflation as before. It sure sounds like your tire seated properly, but it looks like the wheel and tire look wobbly or out of true. It may be that the tire bead is not correctly seated. After the tire successfully inflates, you want to check that it is seating evenly in the rim. There is a mold line in the tire casing called the bead seat line. Inspect that this line is visible and even around the entire circumference of the tire.
If the tire is not seating properly, it may not spin straight. To remedy this, you need to bring up the low section of the tire. Begin by deflating the tire, then squirting some soapy water along both beads. Now, reinflate. Another method is to leave the tire at full pressure for several hours or even overnight. Materials move slightly under load and over time, and this may be enough to fully seat the bead.
However, it is possible that the bead seat line looks good and the tire is in fact properly seated. Yet the tire does not spin straight. This can be due to problems in the tire casing, either from manufacturing errors or from damage during use. There's not a repair or fix for this other than replacing the tire. If your tire is seated, but it keeps losing air over time, this may mean there is a leak at the valve stem or spoke nipples.
Look for sealant bubbling out of those spots, or spray with soapy water to help locate. It may simply be a case of a loose valve core. Use a valve core tool such as the VC1 to snug the valve core in the stem. This applies to both Schrader and pressed tubeless valves.
However, the leak might be seen at the base of the valve stem. For this, try to tighten up the stem nut a bit more and see if this stops the leak. If the valve and spoke nipples are still leaking, it may mean there is a leak in other parts of the rim, most likely at the rim tape. A leak from a bad seal over here can enter the rim cavity and travel to the easiest place to escape, where the valve is. In this case, it is necessary to remove the tire and then remove and replace the tubeless tape. It is important to understand the source of an air leak, especially on carbon fiber rims. If there is a leak in the rim tape or at the valve head, air pressure can enter the chamber below the rim tape. Air pressure here will be the same as the tire. These walls are not designed for internal air pressure. This can lead to failure by the rim walls blowing outward. A valve stem O-ring can inadvertently create a seal, so don't use the O-ring. This allows the air a path to escape through. There are also valve lock nuts made with a relief in the thread to allow air to escape.
If there's air leaking next to a dent in the rim, there are a few things you can try. A small leak might simply be stopped by additional tire sealant. The common repair, however, is to simply install and ride with an inner tube, and eventually replace the rim. You may see bubbles or tire sealant appearing along the sidewall of the tire. Tire manufacturers may be relying on the sealant to block these small leaks to make the system airtight. Even for a tubeless ready system, seeing these dots of sealant can be normal and should stop after a few days. If it does not stop, you may need to take the tire off, clean the tire sealant out, and try a different brand of sealant.
The tubeless system should form a tight bond between the tire and the rim. Sometimes this bond is so good it can be difficult to free or break the bead. In this case, be sure the tire is fully deflated. Push all the way around the bead on both sides looking for a weak spot. There may not be one. Use both thumbs together like this to push inward on the bead. Once the bead is popped in one area, it will typically be easier to free the rest. Another option is to use the Park Tool repair stand with a wide jaw range. Use the clamp to secure the tire close to the bead, and leverage the tire left and right to free the bead. And those were some of the troubleshooting issues to resolve some of the problems that we've seen.
Tubeless is relatively new in bicycles, and it's different than some of the other industries that are out there. So there's gonna be some evolving techniques and different things that are gonna work and not work over time. So let us know some of the techniques that have worked for you, either seen in this video or not, and leave those in the comments below, and we will see you guys next time.
That's it. Tubes out.